that you've had, and I'll talk to my attorney about money I've earned. Did you actually file a tax return last year? That you would actually have to qualify your income? Frankly, I and the American people, I am good to know one thing, that by implication, voters who did not like the Obamacare plan did not vote for it, or probably not the stupid ones. And so my district, which voted against the president almost 80%, is full of what you would consider non-stupid people. I'm done with you. Ms. Tavenner, got a couple of questions. And I'm going to go fairly quickly here. Let's run through these. How much money was paid to insurers under the Affordable Care Act program known as the Cost Sharing Reduction Program in fiscal year 2014?
I don't have that information.
Were you not briefed?
On the cost sharing payment?
How much money was paid in 2014?
I have not been briefed on that, no.
You do not have reports that could get you that information?
I can get you that information.
Are you in charge of this program?
I am in charge of this program.
And you do not know how much is paid out?
I do not have that with me today.
Do you have someone that can find that information while they're handing you notes from behind? It is amazing to me you run a program that is this large that you can't answer questions. You and Mr. Gruber don't need to sit beside each other because it is wearing off. Number two, how much money is paid to insurers under the cost sharing reduction program in fiscal year 2015 to date?
I don't have that information.
Are you not briefed with this? Do you not get a spreadsheet? A monthly spreadsheet?
I will be glad to get you that information.
Not my question. Answer my question. Do you get a briefing on this?
Do I get a briefing?
Do you get a briefing that resembles something of this effect where they're actually asking for it on a regular basis?
I do get briefed.
Okay. Do you listen during those briefings?
I try to listen. I have a lot of information to listen to,
so do
I
I.
try to listen.
So do I. But when you're also subpoenaed, brought here to a
I was
hearing,
not subpoenaed.
you come in voluntarily. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
But the problem we have here is there seems to be, when we get here, we only want to answer the questions we want to answer, not questions that are part of your regular job. Let's continue on. The Wall Street Journal recently reported that insurers participating in the 2015 ACA exchanges insisted that their contracts contain a clause permitting termination of contracts if the cost-sharing reduction payments or refundable tax credit payments ceased. Number one, is this report accurate?
There is information in the contract, and I'll be glad to get you that.
So that would be yes?
I believe I said yes.
No, you didn't. Who negotiated these contracts with the insurers? I didn't hear your mic on.
It's done by staff and attorneys within CMS.
Do you approve those?
I do not approve individual contracts, no.
Will you provide for this committee the names of those who negotiated these contracts with the attorneys?
I would be glad to get you information.
No, and I'm going to just ask the question, not to honestly to be funny here, but I do. But given the glacier pace of response on other things, and also the fact that when you testify before Energy and Commerce, they're still waiting for numbers from you. Do we need to go ahead and subpoena this information now?
I believe I've gotten you information as you requested it.
I've never requested information from you, Ms. Tavenner. I'm listening at your history.
This committee.
So let me ask the question point blank. Will you get it in a timely manner, not glacial pace, not biblical, within the next few days?
I will get you the information as soon as I can.
Do I need to subpoena them?
You have not needed to subpoena me in the past.
We just have to wait forever. When were these contracts negotiated?
These contracts were negotiated over the summer, and I'll have to get you the specific dates.
Okay, please include that in your information. Did every insurer participating in the 2015 ACA exchanges receive such a clause in their contract?
I believe the contracts were consistent, but I'll get you that information.
Okay. Will you provide a copy of all these contracts?
I will work with you. I will have to talk with our counsel, but unless there's a reason not to, yes, we will get you.
Okay, and without being editorialized here, why would there not be a reason to provide these contracts?
I don't know that there is. I said I would work with you.
Okay. Again, we're having, maybe it's a disconnect between here and there, and honestly, I'm not trying to be argumentative at this point. But you actually do work for the government. You do work for an agency that is under jurisdiction of this committee, under this oversight provision of transparency and everything else. Why would you even have to hesitate on providing contracts that are public monies are spent on to this committee?
I don't think I would. I just asked that I would be able to ask that question.
To who? You run the department.
Legal counsel. I'm not an attorney.
Well, that's not a bad or a good thing. My question is, you run the department.
I run CMS, yes.
Yes. How many attorneys do you have working for you besides the ones that came with you?
I don't have any attorneys here with me.
Okay, maybe there's our problem. All right. Let's, at this point, but again, I'm not unsure why we can't answer that question. Let me reverse back. We know when we've determined that you do get briefings on insurers asking for federal government to pay for them under cost sharing reduction. CMS asks insurers to submit on a monthly basis pre-populated Excel spreadsheets that contain this information, correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. The amount of insurers asked the federal government to pay them under cost sharing reduction is an individual line item on the spreadsheets. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct.
Thank you. Wait, I had one question here. There is an issue here, and I want to go back to a question. It says, I want to know who made the decision not to request appropriations for cost-sharing reduction program for fiscal year 2015.
That is not within my purview. I can't answer that question.
Do you not have to adjust and spend the money out of that was supposedly appropriated for this program?
I do not. That is done through our financial department. I'll be happy to get you.
Can you provide anyone? Would your financial department have participated in the decision not to ask for appropriations in 2015?
I don't have that. I'll be glad to get you that information.
Okay, so again, under your leadership, this is a department that is basically going rogue and doing their contracts that don't report back to you, or budget items.
I will be happy to get you that information.
That must be hard to say every time, when I know you understand this. It must be that difficult. Who did participate, and will you provide those names?
I have told you I will get you that information.
Is there anyone outside that we need to ask? Was this OMB, Treasury, White House, anyone else who would have determined not to ask for appropriations for this program in fiscal year 2015?
Once again, I will go back and try to get you the information.
So you have no idea when these meetings even took place? Would that be a fair statement?
I cannot answer your question. I will try to get you that information.
Gentleman's time has expired. We now go to the gentlelady from Wyoming, Ms. Loomis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.